Hello, welcome everyone. It's another live lesson from me, Phil, here in the Digital DJ Tips studio. And we've got a good one for you today because it's finally out of the bag. The worst kept secret in the last week or so in DJing is this: stems on Engine DJ. This is an Engine DJ controller. It's actually the new Prime 4 Plus controller. And this is the first unit that Engine DJ is going to feature stems on. Stems being the ability to separate the parts of your song in real time. It's simple as clicking the Effects Stems button here in the settings, and then you get the stems features right here on the unit. Without going any further then, shall we have a little listen to them? So we're now listening to the whole track on its own. You get two stems in this implementation. You get the vocals and you get the instruments. So you can have just the a cappella, just the vocals, or just the instruments. So we're listening to the vocals here, just the vocals taken out of the track with none of the music. Now if you want to switch to just the instruments, then you tap the one with the instruments next to it, with the keyboard next to it. And you tap the same one again to get both back. So again, we're live demoing stems here on the Prime 4 Plus from Denon DJ, running Engine DJ software, which is what you can see running here on the unit. It's a special beta. I'll tell you all about when you can get this and stuff in a minute, but we're demoing it and there are two choices: vocals or instruments. Let's go back to there and have another listen. Tap it again to turn it off, which effectively means to put the track back to normal. And then to get the instrumental, you tap the instrument. And again, you tap the other one to switch to it. So if I wanted to switch directly to the a cappella from here, I'll tap the a cappella one, tap the microphone. So for anyone joining us late, we'll have another look at those and another audio demo of those in a little while. But that is stems in real time on a standalone DJ unit for the first time ever. I'm not using a laptop here. There's no software involved. It's simply running using these buttons, which appear on the beta that I've got of Engine DJ that runs stems. So you know what they sound like because we opened by playing them to you. They're okay. They're okay. I mean, they are like the first generation DJ Pro AI stems, for instance. Sound pretty similar to me to the record box stems. They're full of artifacts. They're a little bit like underwatery, but in the mix, that's going to work for you. Same as most stems. Now, the Serato Virtual DJ ones are really good nowadays. It's nowhere near as good as that. And of course, there's only two of them. It's on a standalone unit, and this is a very early beta version of it. But as a proof of concept, you've just seen it. Real-time stems running on a standalone DJ unit. Right, let's ask, or rather answer, all the questions that you've been asking. We've got lots and lots of questions because we're a DJ school, because we're live, because we've got thousands of students. I've got all your questions coming in live here so we can give you something no one else can give you, which is a proper a grown-up discussion about what we've just seen, and we will do that. We'll have another listen to them in a bit and we'll answer all your questions. So please do ask your questions. I can see them all coming in now live here, which is great. I'll pull the laptop in now. Hello everyone, good to see you. We've got all your questions coming in live. I'll answer the big ones that we've been hearing over and over again, because this is the worst kept secret in DJing for the last week, and we were asked not to reveal it last week, but now you know why. When we first showed you this unit here and we said if you're thinking of buying a Prime 4, maybe best to hold off and get this one instead, because this is the one that this feature will come to first. I'll explain why now. So Denon DJ have told us that if you want to use stems, which again is real-time separation of vocals and instruments on your software in a Engine DJ powered unit, you need to buy the Prime 4 for now. And the reason for that is that within the next 3 months, this is the timeline they've given us, within the next 3 months, so now it's what, the 20th of June? So by the 20th of September, if you own a Prime 4 Plus, you will be able to play with stems. Now they've said within the next 3 months. It could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be next month, I don't know. They've given a timeline of within the next 90 days. You will be able to use what I just showed you. This is a very, very early beta version I've got here. I can only use it on one deck. I can literally only use it on the left-hand deck. If I try and load on the right-hand deck, it won't work. So they're not ready to put this to mainstream yet. However, it is coming. We've just shown it to you. And the reason it's only going to be on the Prime 4 Plus that we've been told by Denon DJ is that they want to keep the number of people in the beta program limited. And so they're going to limit it only to buyers of this unit. It will certainly not hurt the sales of this unit. Not that I would be cynical enough to suggest there's any link between that fact and the fact that it's only going to be tied to this unit for the first 3 months. However, this is the unit to get if you want to play with what I just showed you, because it's only going to be in beta and it's going to be a limited beta only to purchasers of the Prime 4 Plus. What about the other units then? So look, every single sentence of this live stream is full of information because we have asked the questions for you. And the first question I asked was, is there anything different inside this unit here compared to the old Prime 4? Because the old one had got exactly the same controls, exactly the same inputs and outputs around the back. Essentially, apart from a nice new set of lights and a nice new look to it, this is the old one. There's no difference. And the makers were very clear to say, no, there's no difference inside this at all compared to the previous ones. The only difference is you can load Amazon Music onto it as well as all the other streaming services, and that's it. Therefore, there's no technical reason why this unit is any different to any other units made by this company or by Newmark, which also runs the software we're looking at here, the Engine DJ software. There's no reason technically why any of those units can't run the stems software that we just looked at. And therefore, we asked clearly, why is this not coming to the other units then? And we gave the answer to you that they gave to us, that they want to limit the beta to this unit. They would not say that it's coming to all the other Engine DJ units, the Prime 4, the Prime 2, the SC5000, the SC6000, the Denon DJ Prime Go, the Newmark Mixstream and the Mixstream Pro and the Mixstream Pro, the Mixstream Pro, Pro Plus and Pro Go, and any that I've missed out. They wouldn't say, no, it's going to come to those. However, what they did say is there's no technical reason why it couldn't. We're limiting the beta to Prime 4 Plus users to keep the numbers low. And they were encouraging. They said, then we will take a look at it once we've got it out of beta and see what we can do. So reading between the lines, they've been encouraging about this coming to other units that aren't this one. And frankly, if it didn't, I think users would have every right to be a little bit miffed about that, because there's no technical reason why not, as far as we know, that's been told to us. So encouraging if you're a user of any Engine DJ gear. It looks like at some point in the not too near, but in the future, you'll get this too. But for right now, it's limited to the Prime 4 Plus, and it's going to be within like not a week or a day or whatever. It's going to be within the next 3 months. Any buyers of this unit, which of course isn't out yet, it's coming out on the 29th, I think, in 9 days, will also be able to download and use this beta here. So, shall we have another listen to it? And then we will, this is of course for everyone who's joined us late, and then we will talk a little bit more about what we've got here, because we've got other questions that people are asking. Let's have another listen, eh? So I picked a vocal track here that won't get us thrown off Facebook. It's a royalty-free track with a bit of a female rap in it, and you know, some beats going in the background there to give us a reasonable demo of what we've got. Let's go for just the acapella. Now let's duck out the acapella and leave the instrumental. To be completely clear, this is running on a standalone unit with Engine DJ software. There is absolutely no laptop plugged in here. It's not using any software to do this. This is all happening in hardware. And it's an early beta. It's not available to the public yet. It's only going to be on the Prime 4 Plus. The Prime 4 Plus isn't even out yet. And they've given a timeline of within the next 3 months to roll out to users of this unit and this unit only for now. Although encouraging sounds about it coming out for other units down the line when we push them on that. So, questions. The big question, why are there only 2 stems? Why is there only a cappella and instrumental? Well, the short answer to that will be that the hardware can't cope with doing 4, I would say. I would also question the need for much more, to be honest, because quite interestingly, Virtual DJ at the beginning, I think they had 6 stems. They've still got 6 stems. Great implementation, by the way. Virtual DJ stems sound great. So you could separate the kick drum from the bass line. You could also separate the drums only, but then you could also have the hi-hats, and then you also had the music and you also had the vocal, and you can do that. So 6 stems. And then the next ones came along and they kind of standardized on 4. You've got DJ Pro AI with 4 stems. You've got Serato with 4 stems. And then Rekordbox came along and that only had 3. And now we've got this one with 2. But you know what? Frankly, the thing that nearly everyone wants this for is to get those acapellas, so you can do mashups and use acapellas of tracks that don't have them and that you can't find acapellas anywhere else for, right? So I think that another reason why there's only 2 here is that actually this is probably what a lot of people are going to use. And it's no real surprise that on the Rain 4, which is a hugely powerful software-based controller that controls so much about Serato stems, it's got an instrument and a vocal button right by the decks, because I think even they realise that yes, this is probably all most people will need most of the time. So the reason for this, technical, creatively, also I think you're going to cover 80% of use cases by giving the vocals and the instrumentals. So another great question, if you plug in around the back anything that is not digital, i.e. that is not in your music library here, if you plug in anything that's not digital in around the back, then is it going to be something that that can be used? So here I'm using tracks loaded from this playlist here, which has got a grand total of about 2 tracks in it. But you can also on this unit plug in media players, CD players, turntables, and they play through the unit. So could you use stems on that? Unfortunately, no, it doesn't work on that. The software, when you turn the stems on, so let's look at the screen again, when you turn the stems on by pressing stems effects and you load a track onto a deck, these 2 here are not lit up, they're grayed, because what the software is doing in the background is what all stem software does, analysing that track in order to give you stems, and only when it's ready can you press those buttons. So it can't do that on like your records playing through it, because to do that it would need to be working this stuff out in real time as it goes along, you know, second by second, and it hasn't got the processor power to do that. It's doing some clever analysis in the background. So look, before we go to you live and see what you've got to say about this, see your views and thoughts, I want to just answer one more question, which is, how much of a big deal is this? Really? Really? How much of a big deal is being able to play a track And do that. So there's two ways I can answer that question. Way number one, for a standalone DJ unit like this, it's a bloody big deal. Denon DJ Engine have smashed it out of the park with that. They've just done it. It's a proof of concept. It's like, why is man going to the moon? Because man can go to the moon. It's that kind of thing. It's like, we've always said, oh, they're never going to be able to do this on these units anytime soon because these units are not powerful enough. And guess what? They've gone and done it. So look, we're glad to be proved wrong on things like this, and we were wrong on that. This can do it. And yet units from, say, Pioneer DJ, which are also standalone units like this, cannot do that. And so from the point of view of the company and the point of view of proving that technology can do that, and from the point of view, certainly from the brand, saying, look, we've got the best standalone, and this is one of the reasons why we think it's the best standalone, well, they can now add the fact that they've got real-time stems. And so from their point of view, this is pretty big news. And also from a technical point of view, it's pretty big news. They've done well to do this. But let's just talk about why this maybe isn't quite as important as all that. And that is that we haven't seen, and we're not just talking about this, of course, because this is brand new, we haven't seen big name DJs using this. Because big name DJs with high stakes gigs are not going to be pressing buttons that give them underwatery sounding, artifacty stems on their live shows. They're just not. And so there's two reasons why they're not. One, that reason, the stems don't sound amazing yet on any systems, although there are grades. But secondly, you're never too sure what you're going to get. But for you and me, for the hobby DJs, for the DJs for whom this is a passion, this stuff is a big deal. Because we've suddenly got the world of acapellas at our fingertips to use for whatever we want. And just having that and being able to experiment with that, trust me, is huge fun. And so, yes, it is a deal, both technically and creatively. Just it's not quite ready for Pro DJ mainstream in any of its forms yet, I don't think. Anyway, we've got loads and loads of your questions coming in here. I am ready to, and I can see there's literally a lot of people with a lot of really useful stuff we want to talk about. So we're going to cover those in about 20 seconds, because for everyone who's joined late, just one more demo before we do that, and we'll do another one right at the very end. We're covering stems. I've only got one track loaded. I literally I was running some people to the airport, and I got back here about 40 minutes ago. I literally had time to put the stems onto this computer here and load one track to play with, and so that's why we've got one track here. However, I do know it won't get us thrown off the internet, which is nice. Let's just have another listen then, and we'll go to your questions. Only focus on the purpose, no lie. Family, enemy, almighty, most I know. On the rise, no matter what I gotta know. What you see, what it say. You turn them on and off using these buttons here, and you turn it on in the settings here, and that's it. So once this is released to Prime 4 users initially, you'll be able to get this beta version of this software, and it will just work exactly like I've shown you here. Right, over to you. Welcome everyone. Digital DJ tips in the house. Let's have a chat to you about what you think about what I've just shown you. So hello to Zombie Pixel US, who said, I didn't think you'd have this. Well, I'm glad that we've pleasantly surprised you. Hello to DJ Leo in New Jersey, who says, oh no, I've got to move from my RX3 to Prime gear now. I've been debating it, but it's harder not to do it now that stems have arrived. Thank you very much for that. Here we go, says the DJ Lab. How's the quality? On this end, it sounds pretty bad. Well, it sounds exactly as it sounds here. Our system's excellent, so you've heard it how it is. Hello to Benny, always good to see you, Benny and Christian. Hello to Wanakami, who says, my main question, real-time versus pre-computerized stems. Yeah, well, we've covered that, haven't we? And I think if you're certainly if you're making remixes and you're doing stuff in Ableton, for instance, you're going to want real-time stems. However, for live DJing, where you're mixing the stems with something else, then this is going to work fine. It's not like you're looking for studio quality. These are, I would say, roughly, I mean, we're talking very roughly. Let's do a rough stems quality chat, because I don't like to go into too much granularity about this. Don't see the point. We should be DJing, not worrying about audio quality. However, at the bottom, DJ Pro AI, old tech, they need to update it. I'm sure they are. I'm sure their next version will be freaking awesome. At the bottom, DJ Pro AI, Record Box, their first attempt, they say, oh, it doesn't use much processor power, this and that. Also doesn't sound very good. This This ain't very good sounding. This is okay. It's all right. It's a good early beta. It's passable. It proves it works. It's not going to win any awards. Then in the middle somewhere, towards the top in the middle, I'd say, you've got Virtual DJ and Serato, both of which are really pretty good. They're not perfect. They've still got problems. They're still not going to give you studio quality, but they're there's a world between them and Rekordbox DJ Pro AI and Engine DJ. So it's kind of like middle to good. You've got Serato and Virtual DJ, and they kind of differentiate each other on what they offer. Virtual DJ's got a lot more that you can do with it and fine tune with it. Serato being Serato, try to keep it simple, and it's just like a few buttons on your performance pads and you're off. So the difference between those two is more technical than audio quality. So that's what we're looking about quality wise. But yeah, you're right, it sounds okay, but nothing more than that. Right, what else have we got here? DJ Ginormous agrees with me, says they're not on the level of Virtual DJ and Serato, but they're not horrible either. And this is generation 1, early beta generation 1, and this is no laptop. You are completely right. So the Ruckus says it might not sound ideal right now, but this is Engine we're talking about. They'll update their way to sounding better. The fact that this is on Standalone, says Serato Studio Gons on YouTube, means that the future looks very promising for stems on Standalone gear. That's true. It does indeed. I think that's part of the thing here, that it looks very promising for users of Standalone gear because someone's done it. So kudos for Engine DJ's engineers for doing it. Is there a price on the Prime 4? We've got an article on the Prime 4 on Digital DJ Tips. So all of this stuff is on Digital DJ Tips, by the way. So if you head over to the Digital DJ Tips website, I will show you how you can find all this stuff. Head to the website, click on the blog at the top, and you'll come through to a page here. Here are the real-time stems on Denon DJ's Prime 4 Standalone. That is what you're watching now. As soon as we finish being live here, there will be a video plugged in here so people can come to the site and see that. But also you'll find the Denon DJ Prime 4, our full first look at the unit here with a video about it as well. But more importantly, what you're asking about is down at the bottom. You'll find the prices somewhere as well. There they are. So if you want all that information, and we can of course keep it updated on the website, head over there. You'll also find information here about Engine DJ 3.1, which also came out last week, and it's got an awful lot of really cool stuff, including the touch effects, which I think are excellent. They're here, and you can touch this, and then you've got effects that you can play with here. However, we've got a video demoing that on the website, so do head over there if you want to see that stuff. Meanwhile, though, we're talking real-time stems for the first time ever on a unit from Denon DJ, the Prime 4 Plus. Mixmaster G says, now the interesting question. Standalone players use the same processor, but they only use a bit of it compared to the Prime 4. So are they going to release this for Standalone? Yeah, well, let's find out, because I really have no inside information on that. You'd think they would. So by that, of course, you mean the players, right? So this is the SC5000 and the SC6000 that look like this. This is actually not one of them. I'm picking something up off camera now. You know I am. That's why I'm going away. It isn't actually one of these. I can't get my hands on one of these. They look like this. This is just the controller version, but they look like this. Denon DJ has got a suite of its own players. And yes, they don't have to use all the processing because they've got only one deck to worry about and stuff. Yeah. So will they bring it to those? I think they probably will. I think it'll probably come to everything. I really hope. You know, I'm a believer in karma and in goodness, and in if there's no reason not to do something, then do it. And I don't see any reason why this can't come to all their gear in the end. And as I say, we did ask them about it and they were encouraging without committing. So that's the best I can say on that. Will we ever get the Denon DJ Prime Series standalones with a 14-inch 4K touchscreen, says DJ Turbo Tech. Motorized jog wheels, says DJ Turbo Tech. Built-in Bluetooth to connect to anything that's Bluetooth, says DJ Turbo Tech. You don't want very much, do you? Yes, it is coming, built-in Bluetooth. It's actually in all these units already, and it will be coming as a feature this summer, they've said. So everything from the Little Mix Stream Pro all the way up to the new Prime 4 Plus, they will all have Bluetooth, meaning you can Bluetooth in audio. So if you've got a phone with a mix on you want to play, then you can Bluetooth it in. Everything from this all the way down to these. Good news for you users of Engine DJ who would like to have a backup source on a phone or something. That is definitely coming. Right, so let's grab another live one. This is from Alan, who says, I am happy enough to keep my SC5000s and use Serato stems on them after hearing what the Engine ones sound like. Well, best of both worlds, eh? Good news about a lot of modern DJ gear is that you can do that. You can choose to use a laptop and all that stuff. This is from Vic, who says, why not use RipX software? Well, you can. RipX is one of the pieces of software out there that lets you prepare your stems ahead of time and then load those tracks onto the units. Yes, I agree. That is probably the way that pro DJs would rather do it than doing this. DJ Leo, I think this would be amazing with the SC6000s. So quite a few of you asking questions that aren't related to this. We do that on a Thursday, people. Same time, 3 p.m. London, 10 a.m. Eastern. Just come back on Thursday, get your question in early, and we'll help you out there. But this is a live lesson about the stems feature that's just been launched as a beta, or rather announced as a beta, for only at the moment for the Prime 4 Plus. It's coming at the end of the month, this unit, and the stems will be coming within 3 months of now. And when you get it, you'll get these little symbols at the top which let you turn on and off the vocals and the instruments. Pretty cool. Right, next live question is from Craig. Glad to hear that Denon is going the right way with adding stems to standalone gear, says Craig, but they've got a long way to go to make me ditch my Prime 4, but using Virtual DJ. I mainly use it with Virtual DJ as I use visuals and videos as well. When they make a standalone unit with video, I'll be willing to spend my money. So yeah, have you tried to load the version of Engine with stems on a standard Prime 4? No, I haven't. It's an early beta they've given us, and I literally loaded it onto this one about half an hour ago. So maybe it would work on the Prime 4. Yes, everyone who's saying, is this the big secret? Yes, it is the big secret that they wouldn't let us tell. So Virtual DJ stems, says Stan, of which there's a lot of love on here for Virtual DJ stems. Virtual DJ stems, says Stan, sound great, but it's the hardware you need to use them. And to be honest, the sound is only for messing around with. It still sounds horrible on big systems. Yeah, you know, if you don't like laptops, you can at least play with them now or soon on standalone gear. That very fact is that is worth talking about. A lot of you giving a lot of love for the Prime 4, by the way, obviously the original unit, because this one's not actually out yet, but a lot of you giving a lot of love on the chat for this. Yes, says I am Preacher Man. Acapellas. I could probably rip off acapellas in Serato and play just them. I've noticed more and more pools of tracks come with acapellas available anyway. Yeah, good point. There are a lot of acapellas out there. True. So DJ Baldwin, nice one on the Prime 4. Glad you like the unit. The upgrades are great for everyone. I'm still using the Stanton SCS 4DJ. Yes, we looked at it, didn't we, the other day on one of our live streams. Dathy Rowe says Pioneer should learn from Denon. Hardware now is just a powerful control mechanism. The innovation is in the software, and Denon is smashing it. It's like getting a new controller with every firmware release. Alan, I ordered the Flex 10 from Pioneer instead, because I can't imagine needing more than 3 stems as a wedding DJ, but I would like to get a Prime 4 Plus, but I'll wait to the end of the year to see. Thank you, Phil. Our other long-termer here, Phil, says, on terms of DJ, not a lot. It's a new shiny toy for creative DJs. You can use Serato on many of these units as well if you want an alternative. Yes, thank you for sharing that. The Ruckus, talking about standalone versus laptop, says standalone gear is useful at weddings and events like that. Since these events are announcement driven, it's nice to be able to remove the vocals when using the mic. That's a good point, yeah. And yeah, I like that point. Yeah, it is, in conjunction with talk over or lowering the voice. So you can lower the volume of the track that's playing, turn the mic on to talk, but also turn the vocals out while you're doing it. I like it. Good use of stems there. Right, what else have we got then? We're talking about the stems. Shall we have one more demo for those who arrived late? Sorry if you're one of those who didn't, but I know that people tend to roll up to these things at all times. One more quick 20-second listen to these, and then we'll go back and answer more of your questions. So, Prime 4 Plus, early beta software, stems is enabled, and you get 2. You get your vocals and your instruments. I gotta know things around me, keep it moving, stay alive. It's like internet state, what you see, what it say. Gotta check the background, get the ask me a question, I tell you no lie. That's it, really. You know what stems are like, and they sound all right. They're usable. So I think the vendors should provide the option when selling music for pre-computed versus on-the-fly stems, at least until the hardware can close the gap. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Thank you for that one, Okami. No, I misunderstood you then. Yeah, for pre-analyzing the stems in the background. They kind of do, some of them do. Serato's kind of got an option that way. So yeah, that is something that's possible. Right, okay. Sometimes I know I'm a professional, And I know my job is here is to help you, but sometimes I just read comments from other people in this industry and think, politeness is so simple. Probably know who you are. Right, okay, so this is from Stan. Don't believe what you read unless you have a fast machine and a fast graphics card and a Mac with an M4 chip. Stems are terrible on laptops. Well, this is the problem. It does take a lot of power. I think it's incredible they've managed to squeeze it into here, to be honest. Right, okay, so let's grab one or two more questions then on our live feed. And this is from Spinbeck, who says, hopefully, no, a few of you seem to be missing the show. And you're not hearing us or seeing us. However, a lot of you are. We've lost the connection on Facebook apparently. Oh well, nothing we can do about that. Come over onto YouTube if you've just joined us from Facebook. Hello again. Right, so let's get back into the stream of things then. I love having instrumentals to tracks that never had them before. Yeah, I agree, and this is awesome, the way that you can just play with stuff that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise, especially if you're not connected, and so you don't actually have the ability to just ring up the producer and say, hey, James, hype, can I have your new tune, just the a cappella, which of course James's friends can do, but love him though we all do, he wouldn't do it for all of us, would he? I agree, says Wanakami, on DJ Pro's stems. They were one of, if not the first. Yeah, they launched literally on the same day. But don't sound so good now. Agree completely. They are in need of a fix-up. Right, people, we are done here today. I'm going to give you one last demo of this. If you were watching on Facebook and you did lose this and you've come over to YouTube, excellent. Look, we're here every week with our lessons in school term time. We're taking a break over summer, but we're here now. We're also the people behind Rock the Dance Floor, the #1 book on Amazon on how to DJ. And we're also the people who invented the 5 steps to DJing success: gear, music, techniques, playing out, promoting yourself. It's how we teach DJing. It's how we've always taught DJing. We'd be proud to have you as our latest member. Head over to digitaldjtips.com, go to the big join button at the top of the page, and you can do that, and we'll give you a copy of the book just to say thank you. To play out then, let's have one final look at these new stems coming in a beta soon to all Prime 4 Plus buyers, and to everyone else hopefully at some point after that. Let's go. Now get good, get out there, make the moments, and see you next time. Bye for now.